spend some time getting ready. Are you able to share the notes? Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah. So to go over the retrospective action that we all coalesced into yesterday, we're going to form a financial working group of some sort. It's going to start first as an initiative, and then later on, we hope for it to snowball into a proper working group. I know that Bear 100, which is here, has agreed to start, getting the ball rolling on that. I'm willing to help him with that as well. And it is a placeholder while maybe someone else decides to champion this. And also to add expected milestones to the proposal template so that it can be used in the audit, I believe. Except you mentioned this. And so, yeah, we can take the couple minutes that we have right now and go over each one in here. Go over the issues that you have. If you want to create any new issues or edit the ones you currently have before we start.
I think mine is pretty easy today, so I'm pretty ready, and I feel like, I don't know if we want to take more time. Edu's not here, Griff's not here, Juanga's not here. There's a lot of people that weren't able to join the sprint planning today for travel and vacation and a bunch of other reasons. I guess let's see from the people in the room. Do we need 5-10 minutes to update and add to the sprint board today, or should we get started and end early?
For me, we could just get started.
Cool. How about you, Liv? Oh, Livia, if you're there. Okay. What about you, Vi? Oh no, I can't. I don't see Livia or Vi.
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry. I didn't see you were talking to me.
Okay. Do you think you need some time to get SoftGov updated on the board, or do you think we could get started?
If I could get a couple of minutes, that would be good. But if there's no one else to go before, I can try to do that while we go quick.
I can do stewards and communitas. And I guess Vi and Bear and Costa and Mitch can share what updates they can put on the board as well. And I think most of our working groups aren't able to be here today. So maybe, I don't know, I say we get going.
Yeah, Tom, you want to get us started?
Yeah. So maybe I'll just share the screen quickly now with the ZenHub board. And then say, let's maybe do communitas first. Oh, what am I doing? So for communitas, oh, you said Edu would come in 45 minutes?
Correct.
Okay, well, maybe let's do it anyway, and then he can add anything that he has that we have to add to. This is actually done, the Calendly for orientation, but I think we just need to publish it so people actually know about that it exists. I think Manu, you already, and Costa, you both already added your calendars to the TE guides, to the Calendly for guides, right? Cool. The FAQ for Gitbook. Costa, are you bringing that into the sprint? The FAQ for Gitbook?
No, it's not finished yet. I'll probably finish next sprint. This sprint was a bit messy for me because I've still been working at a bar the night shift, so I overestimated my energies and was not able to finish it this sprint.
So what we're doing is we're planning the work for the next 2 weeks. So we're planning the work for between basically today and April 28th. So what we're putting on the board is basically like, hey, will you be able to do this piece of work between now and the end of April, on April 28th? And if you are, we move it from the product backlog into the sprint pipeline.
Okay. So should I like this? Did I
Sure.
move
Yeah. Yeah. If it's something you're going to be working on, then we should move it into this sprint pipeline. So everyone
Yeah.
else in the team knows you're working on it, and we can keep updates for it too. Community coordination with TEA, I think that's ongoing. Community relations, reach out to proposals. I mean, this we really should do. And for advice process. And too many. And I think maybe Eduardo could even use help with reaching out to the proposals that have submitted proposals in advice process way before we actually had conviction voting live. Some even submitted proposals before we hatched. So we just want to reach out to them and ask them if they want to resubmit their proposals to conviction voting now that it's live. Integrate quantification on the onboarding journey. Okay, I think that this is something, I think it's good to drop on Eduardo's plate. Update of the community test manifestos, create workflows for TEC and its people. The Gitbook audit, identify any gaps in dead links. Is that something you'll be working on, Costa?
Yes, this I was doing with Nate.
Okay, cool.
So I was, give me a second.
Yeah.
I still need, so there was three things that I was doing for this issue, which was thinking about a new format for the working group sections, writing a new page for conviction voting, doing an FAQ to be into the Gitbook, and I just need to do the FAQ yet. So this will be done by next sprint also.
Cool, awesome.
Shall I move it? Well,
oh, I did
I'm saying my part will be done, but there were some sections that Nate was editing, but given the incoming baby, I don't know.
Yeah. He's going to take some time, of course,
Yeah,
after
I imagine.
I know that he's working on sort of a communication around like things that are outstanding and, you know, sort of handing over some of those things. Okay. And that might be one of the things. I mean, as long as we just have a list of what needs to be updated, we can try to find other people who can help update it. What should we do with this, Manu? Is this something that is the Writing Guild is going to take on?
Well, I have started with the rough draft, so we can put it on in progress. And I've been talking to Gideon. I know he's working on the tone and on standardizing the way we develop writing articles and all that. So hoping that by the time that's ready, I'll have like the next draft, and we can, you know, it can be one of the first articles that goes out with the new guidelines that Gideon's working on.
Cool. And the Surveybot feature request, I see that it's in our new member experience, but I don't know when we're actually planning to create it. I was hoping that the Discord bot army might use that as one of their lessons in one of our TEC labs. So Edu and I talked about moving DWork to DWork for monthly distributions. We kind of are both like, we're not really sure it's the best option. It's pretty simple to do with Gnosis Safe now, and there's very little overhead. So I think I'm going to give it a try, at least with the stewards, and if it works well, then we'll do it with Communitas too. Does anyone have an opinion on using dwork for the distributions over Gnosis Safe? I don't think anyone in our call today is using it as much as like Wonka and Chewy. So I'll check in with them. How to submit a proposal to the TEC. This is something that I have as a wish list for the Writers Guild. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Okay, and anything else? Communitas working group. Eduardo and I were also talking about the funding for Communitas. We have runway through basically the end of May, so longer than we expected. So we don't have to do another proposal for funding, but we do need now, like with urgency, but we will need to do one in May. So we started talking about what we want that proposal to look like, and whether it'll be for 3 months or 6 months. So he said in this sprint, he'll start working on that. And then of course we have all of the repeating for Communitas. I'll just drag everything in. For the, this one, I think we're gonna get rid of. Okay, weekly update. Present TEC introduction to token engineering. I'm not sure when that date is. Okay. Oh, that one's not happening. That one's not happening. That one's not happening. Okay, cool. So that's it for Communitas, unless I missed anything. Costa, you're deep in Communitas. Manu, you too. Is there anything that we missed that should also go into the sprint for Communitas?
Not for now, no. It's really just yeah, what we've been doing. The new things are the Figma that Edu and Gideon are working on. So if any new issues come out of that, I'll be sure to put them on this sprint or in progress.
Cool. All right, so then maybe I'll hop to stewards, and I don't think that there's actually that much here. TEC spotlight on OneHive. I'm not sure where that is. I'd say we could, can you check in with Chewy on this one? Let's see, update, we'll release it. Okay, so maybe we'll bring it into the sprint because we should get that video out. If I'm not mistaken, Casale said that he did some of these. I made the change, but I only pushed. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I was checking and I just found the number 1177, which is the canned answers for common questions. This still needs, yeah, that one. This I will put like in progress because I have been given priority to the other ones, because this still needs some corrections that I have not done yet.
Cool, thanks. I'll add it to the sprint backlog, or the sprint pipeline. Cool, thanks. Yeah, that's a good one too. It's helpful for other. This is the one that is, yeah. So common questions is like how other guides can easily find out how to answer some of the questions that are asked most commonly on Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's helpful. Thanks for adding that. Okay. So there's a bunch of website changes that Casale has, Casale.eth has worked on, that we should, he said he did it. I think we just need to check and then close them. I don't know if we can retire Common Swarm and Params working group. This was one of the changes to the website. Maybe we just have a quick look and see if that was done.
I did check, and I believe it was. It's in community.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, he did it. I actually closed. I guess it overlaps because I did close the issue that pointed to that. It was like add the rewards working group, and but this one as well. I didn't want to close this one because I believe this one entails also like, okay, how do we standardize our process of retiring them.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I think this is the list, right?
Yeah.
It's like we just need to put that in our, I don't know, in Gitbook maybe. Like we just need to find out where we can just put this procedure, so that we have the checklist for other retiring groups. We have a place where we keep a checklist for new. We have a checklist for creating new working groups. We should use the same checklist for dismantling working groups. So create like the same document for creating or dismantling working groups. Okay, let's close this. Continuation of community monthly compensation, TEC Sprint facilitation. Yay, Manu is doing Sprint facilitation and backlog refinement. This is the most exciting day of my life. He is still doing the Miro board. And then transparency audit. There's something that Zeb asked me to do. He wants me to add milestones for the stewards working group and the transparency audit, and I think I'm going to do it during this call. Finish setting up D-work for the stewards distribution. Zeptimus already started that, so it's just to set up the distribution for April, and then I'm mostly going to be very present in real life and very not present online for basically the 18th to the 25th. So that's just to make everyone aware of that. And I think that's it for the stewards. So I'll pass back to you, Manu.
Yeah, sure. Let me show my screen right now. So, yeah, would you like to go on next with self-code?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Oh, I know. Cool. Apologies if it's a little lagging, but here it is. Okay. Well, yeah, you have these 14 issues on the product backlog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Yeah, just
I tried.
yeah. For some context, I know you know the issues you've been working on, but I have here that you were working on like debriefing the working group funding discussion, which is 1295, mapping out data stream for Karma, which is 1292, hosting the weekly
Yeah,
self
I just
call. Yeah, go ahead.
I just updated them all, and I didn't close many issues to Sprint, but there was progress in all of them. I do feel like, I don't know, it was not, it felt like a slow sprint somehow. Maybe I can break those things down, and there's a lot of people jumping in to help on them too. So hopefully next sprint they will be closed. So map out the data streams. I'm working a lot on that with ViViV and Benz. And Ben started a sheet to keep track of the data streams we are gathering. I linked in there. And the main work there is just like breaking down, understanding how to grab all the measures. And then there's a lot of work going in the board too. So it's in progress. We can bring that on.
Yeah.
And yeah, debrief, working group funding. I just highlighted, I tried to start a sheet for organizing that, but then I realized it was a little more complex than I thought, because there's not just like working group funding, there's TEC, utility token, working group funding, services, a few different tabs. So I'm happy that Bear and Mertz wanted to help in there. So I shared in SoftGov, like I highlighted the points where we had discussions about it, and I think Mertz is on it.
Okay. Do you still want to keep it assigned to you, or is Mert like is Mert gonna take this on fully?
I think we could ask him.
Okay.
I can continue collaborating with it, but it would be cool if someone else owns it.
Okay, we'll see what Mert says. Thanks.
Draft reputation system, that one didn't even start.
Okay. Is it looking like you're gonna work on this for this sprint, or for, I guess, the next one?
Yeah, maybe not this print. It feels a little blocked by some of the legal discussions we're having.
Okay.
And then update the covenant. I updated the first point. So adding the 5 days to adding more description for the advice process and having a 5 days minimum that goes to that post, the polycentric governance post.
Okay.
So we don't need to update the covenant, we just can keep updating that post, but there are still other points that should be updated in the covenant, and they are still being finished in legal.
Okay. These
Yeah, that one. Mhm.
Yeah, this one is Juan taking this on? I know I spoke to him about this, and he was working on this, and now you're assigned to it.
Yeah, I think there was suggestions of how to move forward, but then I don't think there was like closing it, defining it, and communicating it.
Okay. Oh. There. And yeah, did someone say something?
Sorry, did we ever clarify what exactly we were meaning by boundaries in that one?
I think it was mostly like what is something that is entitled of the TEC, and when is something considered not to be related to the TEC.
Okay, I'll make sure to update the issue with that. Right now, it's too laggy to do that.
I'll do it. What do you want me? What do you want? What should I say? Is it something that we can keep open?
Livia, what was the description you said? The difference between something that is
Yeah, I think just like what belongs to the TC and what doesn't.
Is it something we want to keep open, Livia? This issue? Is it something that we're gonna end up doing more work on and eventually have some conclusion to?
Yeah, I think it would be good to have a conclusion communicated to, like, I feel like that's mostly a one issue, but that we're collaborating.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'll throw an update in.
Thank you.
Okay. What about 1272, the collab with communities to create awareness to proposals?
Yeah, I think we haven't talked so much about that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of ideas, but nothing concrete.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then
well, I think for that one, there's the two other issues. One is to create a post about how to submit a proposal, and then the other is to and the other would be to so sort of like share how proposals can be created by anyone, and then the other one is to reach out to the proposals that have posted in the forum. Is there any more awareness that we have in mind, or anything more specifically other than creating a document to share how somebody can submit a proposal to the TEC?
I think that discussion was more around like how can we bring the community more onto discussion. So we were thinking like, should we have a call just for looking into proposals? Should we bring that more into the community call? Should we have AMAs with the proposers, things like that?
Okay, so some of those things are happening, but some aren't. Should I just leave it open so you can give an update this sprint, or okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw a quick update.
should we put it for this sprint?
I feel like it doesn't need to. Like it might have. It doesn't feel like something urgent.
Okay. Okay. Well, what about Ostrom's metrics for measuring ecosystem health?
That's the same thing as that karma one.
Okay, so if it's the same one, should we close it or keep it open? Is there a distinction between the two that might necessitate?
Yeah, I think there was a difference. There was a difference because that one was like talking to the karma people, but then eventually we just, by talking to them, we understood we just needed to solve this first. So they are kind of the same. It could be closed.
Okay.
And I think there's just one in new. One more. That's
Oh yeah, this one.
yeah, like kicking that off. Mainly, I'll put that in the forum today. Angela is the big hero there. I'm just supporting, and I'll post in the forum the manifesto we wrote, and then we'll probably kick off sometime soon.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
I'm sorry, all my issues are so messy. I'll work on that.
No, it's not that. It's just the lagging on my screen. It's not that at all. I'll help you work on that. Like I'll sync with you, and you can just talk to me about your issues, and I'll make sure to update them. And if there are any blockers or any other issues that can be created, I'll help you with that. So that you just have to work on the issue itself and not on the transparency of it all.
Thank you.
Sure. There are other issues on the product backlog, like, yeah, but they're pretty stale. So would you say that that's it for you for this sprint?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Livia.
Thank you.
Let me check who else is here. Vi, how are you feeling? Are you feeling up to do labs?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
The lab session just ended.
That's weird. We don't have a label for labs. Which is fine. I'll just go to them assigned to you, but that's something that I'll make a note of that. So
Yeah, we don't usually do labs on the board, but I can definitely create a label for it so that we have it. I'll just do it now, Manu, so you don't have to do it later.
okay, thank you.
I don't think there's any issues pertaining to labs on there. There might be some that are YGG's issues.
No, YGG usually isn't in the sprint planning, and we don't usually go through labs. Labs is really like a self-contained working group. So there's not a whole lot of like cross-coordination with labs, but there's probably a bunch of stuff on the board still for you, Vi, if we want to sort of go through these and refine them and see what it is that you want to bring in. Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. So clean pollen bot from OneHive content. That's done from my side. I opened the PR, but then again, that in current context, I'm not sure if we are going ahead with SourceGrid. If we are, then we can probably ask Christopher to merge that PR in.
Cool. What about?
So this.
And again, we don't have to go through all these 8, but you can just glance through them, and the ones that are relevant to this sprint or in progress, you can let me know, and we can just quickly go over them.
Could you scroll a little bit? Surveybot feature request has my. So that's currently in progress.
Which one?
The Surveybot feature request.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we can pull it to this sprint, the next sprint.
Yeah, it's in progress.
Yeah, and the issue number 1106, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that maybe we should put that into this sprint as well. That's high priority. I need to sync up with Chris on that.
Okay. Cool. It's there. Surveybot data, Discord bots documentation.
For Surveybot data, the temp process has been created, and the guides can use it. The permanent process is still in the works. I'm not sure if this would be done this sprint, probably next one. And I think that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. There. Cool. Well, that was fast. Thank you. Bye bye. And pretty much, yeah, Mitch left because he got bored probably or something. I mean, what do you think, Tam? Nate, is there? I think I saw you on. Well, first, are you able to, give us
Yeah.
some updates on what you're working on, or are you currently?
No, I'm here.
Okay,
There,
because
there will probably not be much on the docket for this sprint for me, just to be honest with you.
Sorry, what was that?
There probably will not be many additions on this sprint for me, but I can update the ones that are there.
Yeah. So, okay. You have 3 on the product backlog. You have 3 spaces, build transparency panel, advice process communication, scaling our community call, max 25 is not enough. Those look pretty. Perhaps the continuation of the community call survey is the one that is the most relevant.
Yep, and that's still going on. Yeah, that is continuous.
Okay, it's pretty in progress then. Or repeating, actually. There. What are these other ones? They stay where they are? Anything for this sprint or in progress?
Yeah, I think all the comments on the updates that we've had from the previous ones remain on those as well.
I feel like the only thing you have on this sprint is like taking some time to meet your progeny. Like, where is like hang out with your progeny issue?
It's yeah, baby is due any day now. So
oh please, can we just put issue baby and assign it to Nate? Please, can you please
Thank
put that on our board, Manu. Have baby.
Because if it doesn't happen today, I think we're inducing tomorrow. So it'll be sometime this weekend or early next week.
Yeah, cool. Wow.
Yeah.
It'll happen this sprint.
Yeah. High priority this sprint. So that's pretty much it. Cool. And I will. Oh no, I want to confirm it.
Sometimes that happens, but it actually really does get added. Let me have a quick look. And then sometimes I try to do it again, and then I get a duplicate that you have to redo. No, it looks like it didn't get added. Oh wait, it might be in this. No, it looks like it didn't get added. Yeah, maybe try again.
Yeah.
And then the 2 retro actions, add expected milestone to proposal template so that it can be used in audit. This is probably something not too difficult to do. I wonder if we could bring it into the sprint, even though we don't, maybe, I don't know if Septimus would be interested in picking this up, or Livia, if you think that there's someone in SoftGov who could update the proposal, the template for the proposal.
Template for the proposal, which one?
Yeah, there's so it's just 1308. So out of the retro, we had an action to pull into the sprint, which was update the proposal template and request that people who make proposals also include expected milestones, so that when Transparency does an audit, they can basically check against what was expected in terms of milestones.
Yeah, I think maybe Septimus is the best person, because we just need someone that has editing permissions in the form.
Yeah, that's true.
And he suggested that, so it's quite simple.
Yeah. Cool. And then are you assigning it, Manu? I don't know. I don't want to double. Maybe I could just do it quick too. And then I'll drag that over to the sprint backlog. I mean the sprint pipeline. And then the other one was finance focused squad or working group number 1307. There, you're here. I guess I want to understand what is the next step that we could take here, and whether it's something that you would want to take on in terms of like just trying to initiate a weekly call with some folk who should be involved and who may be sort of the seeds for what may turn into a working group, or if that's not something that you want to take on, and we could try to find somebody who could take that on. Mhm. 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 Okay. Well, it sounds like you have some stuff that you want to finish with Gravity in terms of helping them report their finances. This is slightly different though. This 1307 would be more like somebody who would initiate discussions, like correlate all of the previous discussions that we've had, and be the person who's responsible for creating the agenda, setting the agenda, inviting the people who want to participate in discussions around treasury management investment opportunities, revenue streams, like basically how the TEC can become self-reliant is the end goal. And the work is sort of like, hey, what are we've as Livia has mentioned, we've mentioned many different possibilities, but we haven't gotten to the point where now we're like, here they are, let's prioritize and let's decide which one to start executing against. So I think that this work is really like just someone who can start like, corralling everyone and getting people moving towards that. Is that something you're interested in doing, Bear? Cool. Yeah, it sounds great. So the issue is assigned to you. If you want to put an update, you can update the issue itself or just add comments to the issue, whichever you feel like doing, to sort of elaborate on that. And yeah, that's great, Bear. Thanks for taking that on. Cool. We really needed a champion for it.
Yeah,
Like
you're looking.
so many ideas, but nobody who could just like pull them together and drive it forward. So thanks for stepping up to do that. It's really cool. Cool. All right, is there anything else left to do? Well, hey, Eduardo. Hey, Jean. So we already did Communitas. I don't know, do you want to have a look and see if there's anything I missed?
Sure. I think the only one that I don't know if it was added was the one regarding outreaching for the praise. That's the only one that I don't know if it was added.
I didn't add that one. That's right. Where is that one?
It's not created yet because I was waiting for
Oh, okay. Okay. So I didn't miss it. Oof. Yeah, I'd say just add it and throw it in the sprint pipeline. I've already tagged all of them for this next sprint. So, oh, we didn't go through the repeating. There's a bunch of repeating weekly scheduling of tweets, hosting SoftGov, transparency issues for the yeah. I think there's a bunch of the repeating ones we can pull in.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, update new guides would be repeating. It's constantly repeating. It's about keeping the onboarding, the content that we speak about on onboarding, keeping it updated, current. So that's ongoing. Training new guides. I don't know that we need. I think Costa and I are pretty. I mean, there's just not that many people requesting, the onboarding. It's actually us reaching out to them and being like, "Hey, we'd like to be onboarded. Like, how involved do you want to be? Like, are you curious? You're looking for consulting for your project, etc. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't see any issues here on the product backlog that would. What about coordination with T Academy, Edu?
So that one has practically ended. I feel that the things that we talk has sort of migrated into a conversation of Livy and Angela, because we already did the onboarding kind of process with them, and they are gonna, I think, implement it. But my part with that coordination has ended. It's now by just deploying them. So I went to their meetings, I gave my feedback on their onboarding process, but now it's on them to sort of implement it. So for now, that should be done. The only conversation left was about having these sessions, and I felt like that ball was taken by Libby to sort of move it along in a more organized manner. So yeah, I will say my part on this coordination has ended already with these 2 steps.
Okay, cool.
What has been on me to?
Livia's like, wait, what?
Sorry, you remember you mentioned in the previous calls that you were coordinating with Angela for the having more DEs on here?
Oh, that's part of that T governance group. Okay.
Correct. So we were having the same conversation with Angela in the context of the onboarding process as an exchange, but I feel like you sort of give it a better wording and a better frame to do so. So
I think they can be 2 different things. Like, one is having a more focused work and guild, like a group to build that. And the other one might be like onboarding activities that are constantly happening to keep that in mind. Maybe onboarding people that have done token engineering courses already and would be interested in joining our community. More like, yeah, something less focused, perhaps.
yeah, the scope of what we mentioned with Angela is basically what they are doing a little bit with the 360 program that happens on Wednesday, but just to have it in our Discord, which is like open stations for use cases and token engineers, sort of.
Yeah, that's great. That's something different.
Okay.
Okay, so we keep it open. I'll just update it.
Sure.
I added one more to the sprint, the ABC stats page. So Zeptimus is going to be PMing the ABC stats page, ABC sort of, we're calling it a dashboard, maybe stats page is a better description of it. And I know that we're kicking that off this sprint.
I added the issue to the one we talked before for the outreach.
Cool. I'll drag it to the sprint. And it looks like it's added to the sprint already. Awesome. Cool. I guess we're done. Did we miss anything, Manu?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking to Septi right now. He's doing the audit, which is due today, so he's not gonna be able to attend. But I'm gonna do the sprint planning with him one-on-one later on. Chuy as well. Chuy said he was gonna be late, but he's not gonna. he's not gonna be able to join the call before we end it. I believe we're about done. And the same, I'll do the one-on-one sprint planning with him. And I I mean, it's pretty much it. People took the Holy Week vacation pretty, pretty to heart. We call it, spring break. We call it Holy Week over here. It's ironic, but what it is.
Cool. So my favorite way to end is just to find out what everyone is looking forward to.
The weekend, yeah. So what are you looking forward over the weekend? Some things that you might want to do. People you want to see. I don't know, just emotions you want to feel if we get really down to the core of things. I'll start. I looking forward to Sunday playing with my nephew, and I always get confused. Is there there's like a female nephew, right?
Niece.
I always forget that word. My nephew and my niece. There's a series I'm watching called Tokyo Vice, which is pretty good. I'm gonna catch up on two episodes of that, and a little bit of workaholic, but I'm looking forward to getting some more work done on the roles I'm playing here, and I don't know, probably listening to some 90s boy band music, guilty pleasure number one right there. I would say that's pretty much it. I will pass it to Edu.
Thank you, Manu. My weekend will start with a meeting with Gideon, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm gonna see tomorrow a Mapplethorpe exhibition here in Barcelona. And then for those who are not familiar with Mapplethorpe, he basically takes shots of nudity in a very interesting approach, and we share that in common. So I was gonna sort of take a look at that. And on Sunday, I'm going to a sort of birthday party. I'm not a party guy at all. European parties are sort of boring, but I will try my best on that party, and that will be all. The last month I have been taking the weekend to do absolutely nothing, and that's my intention usually, to just rest and a little bit of self-indulgence. I will pass it on to Nate.
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, I think. Just prepping for the baby to come. So yeah, it's exciting, and so that's what I'll be doing this weekend. Just hanging out with my wife and getting ready for this. So I'll pass it over to Bear.
Thanks, Bear. I grew up in a Christian school environment, and I thought about studying theology when I was going to college. So last week there was a 9-hour-long debate between a New Testament scholar that's kind of atheist now and one who is supporting it. So it was on the historicity of the resurrection. So I'm going to listen to a 9-hour debate, and so I'm looking forward to a little bit of blasphemy. So. And pass to Ms. Tam.
So to what Eduardo said, there's this really exceptional exhibition at the Rodin Museum in Paris. It was like Rodin Mapplethorpe, and if you see, there's a lot of comparisons between these two. It's like it's epic and really well recognized. Really extraordinary. I went like 3 times. It was so good. I was like, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. Really, really excellent. So I'm a little envious that you get to do that. There is, you know, I downloaded some books around commons stuff. David Bollier, who is one of the academics, and you know, I was wanting to read this book called Thinking Like a Commoner, and so I started it, but I can't put it down. It's so good. So Olivia had suggested maybe we'll do a book club about it, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll wait. There's no way. It's like it's too good. Like I'm really, 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 I'm really impressed by how accessible he makes it. You know, this philosophy of commoning and sort of the practice, and it's just really nice. So I look forward to reading more of that. My children are leaving for 2 weeks tomorrow morning. They're going to Rome with their dad. So they're going, we have somebody watching the dog, and I'm going to Amsterdam on Sunday. So like, I feel like I'm looking forward to all of that a lot this weekend. And I'll pass to Olivia. Did you go? No?
No, thanks. I am, I'm at my mom's house and it's Easter. So we're gonna have a lunch soon. She's cooking. The whole house smells good. And on Sunday too, I guess, just seeing family. And that's it for me. Did everybody go?
Nate?
I went, but you should all watch the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a really good movie. Fantastic, actually. So yeah, just wanted to add that.
Awesome. Thanks.
Can you send us a picture of the baby when it gets born, Nate?
You know it.
Actually, you can just post it on the issue New Baby.
Well, yeah. The one thing
Or
it comes with a caveat that it's not shared upon request of the mother.
okay.
With other
You could just
people.
post the feet then. You don't have to, no
that's fine.
identifying information. And what's better than baby feet? I mean, let's be honest.
It's true.
Cool.
But you'll definitely see him in a video. I'll come to maybe the community call or something.
Oh, cool.
It will be the first TEC baby, I believe.
Yeah. Maybe.
We should check
Zagan
with
had a baby too during our time.
Who? Sorry?
Zagan?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Not while we had a token though. She was pre-token. Conrad was pre-token.
It will be the first
Please.
steward baby.
That's right. Nice.
Please, Nate.
That's
please,
what I'm
Nate,
just gonna
don't
call
name
him from now on. It's just gonna be Stewart Baby.
Stewart Baby.
Don't name her TC. Don't put her. Don't like like Michelle TC. Don't do that.
TC.
It's gonna be Kepler Tech.
That's right.
Thanks so much,
well,
Manu. This was awesome.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining, and hope you enjoyed your weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. Cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care,
Everyone. Have a
everyone.
great weekend.
Bye.